If you're finally serious about starting a financial journey and getting your finances in order, but you're a little bit confused and overwhelmed on where to start, here is a sample 7-step plan that you can follow to do just that. Your mileage may vary, but do these steps in order and do not skip steps that apply to you. Step number 1 is to budget and reduce expenses and set realistic goals. So it's fundamental to your finances to know where your money is going, and budgeting helps you do that. Once your budget is figured out, you'll want to figure out what your goals are. So whether that's secure retirement, saving for a house, or saving up for a car. Next, you'll want to build an emergency fund. Your emergency fund should be relatively liquid, just meaning that you should be able to access it pretty quickly, either in like a savings account or a checking account. I'd recommend a savings account. And you don't touch this money unless something unexpected comes up, like a medical procedure or sudden loss of job. A common question is, how much should your emergency fund be? For me, I always aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses. The next step is making sure you're getting those matched funds if your employer offers an employee-sponsored retirement account. Now, the reason that this is prioritized above paying off your high-interest debts is because these matches are a guaranteed return on investment, and usually it's a higher rate than what your debt is. An example of that is my employer offers 50% matching on the first 6% that you contribute to your 401k. So if I contribute 6%, they're going to match 50%. That is an instant 50% return on investment. And that is higher than any credit card or high interest debt that I have. The next step is paying off those high interest debts. So there are 2 main ways of paying off debt. One is the avalanche method and one is the snowball method. I have talked extensively on my account of these 2 methods, but in a nutshell, avalanche method is the method where you pay off the highest interest debt first, and then you continue down from highest to lowest interest. And then for the snowball method, you start with the lowest balanced debt and then you go down to the highest. So there are pros and cons of each method. Personally, in the past, I've used the snowball method and that's worked out great for me. The next step is contributing to a Roth IRA if you meet the income limits. So I contribute to a Roth IRA, and you may be asking, well, why do this and do like the employer sponsored 401k as well? Personally, there's 2 reasons why I like to contribute to a Roth IRA as well. One is Roth IRAs usually have a higher option of funds that you can choose from. Employer sponsored ones are kind of limited. Not only that, but 401ks with employers are pre-tax money, and then Roth IRAs are with post-tax, meaning that when you hit retirement age and you're pulling from these funds, you don't have to pay taxes on it. And in general, it's nice to have a good mix of taxable and non-taxable money to pull from when you're in retirement. The next step is to save more for retirement. So if you get to this step and you find that you still have a surplus of money, it might be time to go back in and try to save more to your 401k. Like if you're just getting the match, then maybe try to contribute a little bit more, or contribute more to your Roth IRA if you haven't hit the income limits and you haven't hit the max for that year. In general, you want to be saving about 15% of your income to retirement. And then the last step is to save towards all of your other goals that you listed out in step 1. So whether that's saving for a down payment on a house, or you need to buy a new vehicle, maybe you have a vacation that you want to go on, or there's a wedding in the future, save towards those goals. It'll give you something to look forward to. There is your step-by-step plan on how to get started on a financial journey.